Snark Squad. Babes, we are having a midweek spiral.
A total absolute spiral.
And honestly, we did not see this coming. Like, babes, this was unexpected.
Completely blindsided, honestly.
Right. And you already know when this happens, what do?
Oh, we drive.
We drive straight to the studio and we hit record.
Literally slammed on the brakes and ran in here.
Because, babes, this is chaos. And we need to talk about it.
We really, really do. I am vibrating with anxiety.
Let's get real. We need to talk about managing emotions. Because, babes, in 2026, we are trying...
Emphasize trying.
Right. Trying to be better.
Yeah.
To manage ourselves. To grow. But can we talk about anger?
Oh, let's talk about it, because I have a lot of it today.
Like, what do we actually do with it? Because, I mean, I am sitting here right now, and my chest is just... It's so tight.
Your jaw is literally clenched right now.
It is. I just want to, like, grab a plate from the kitchen and smash against the wall. Like, full Bravo reunion style.
Just flip the table. Go full Teresa.
Exactly. Prostitution, horror, table flipped, glass everywhere. Like, how do you process this much rage on a random Wednesday without, ruining your entire life?
Well, I mean, society gives us literally zero useful tools for this. They just give us, like, corporate HR-approved coping mechanisms.
Oh, my God, yes. Take a deep breath.
Right. They tell you to do some hot yoga or drink a $60 green juice and just let it go. But scientifically, anger is an amygdala hijack.
Wait, a what?
An amygdala hijack. Your cortisol is spiking, your adrenaline is bumping, your central nervous system is preparing for actual warfare.
Yes. And they want me to, write in a journal?
Exactly. Journaling with a pastel gel pen does not help when your body thinks you need to fight a bear.
I try to journal. I really do. I just end up, aggressively stabbing the paper until it rips.
Because you're intellectualizing the rage instead of feeling it. We suppress it to look professional.
We totally do. And you know what buried anger turns into? Resentment. And exhaustion. Honestly, sometimes I think an explosive reality TV reaction, it's justified.
I mean, I see your point, but there's a difference between setting a boundary and just detonating a bomb in your living room.
Oh, fair. But sometimes the bomb feels good.
Sure. Until tomorrow when you have to squeak up the glass, you have to figure out the trigger. Like, is it today's problem or is it 6 months of swallowed microaggression?
It's the backlog.
Yeah.
It is always the backlog. Which actually brings me to my next point. Let's go there. Manifestation.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Mantras. All that shit.
Yeah.
Does it actually set the tone for your day? Or is it just delusion with a cute quote?
Oh, it is 100% delusion.
But wait, I try. I really do. I wake up, I look in the mirror, and I'm like, I am a magnet for miracles.
You do not say that.
I do. I want to set the frequency. I'm hopeful, babes. I want the universe to throw me a bone.
Look, I have to draw a hard line here. It's just unchecked delusion masquerading as empowerment.
But perspective shifts work. If I expect a disaster, my brain looks for disasters.
Yeah. Right, but that's just cognitive behavioral therapy. That's not the universe aligning the stars for you.
Okay, Miss Science.
I'm just saying, if you get a flat tire and vibrations weren't off, you just ran over a physical nail.
Ugh, you're ruining my vision board. But honestly, real talk, managing your energy is hard.
It is exhausting.
Like, babes, we are dentists. We deal with people all day long.
All day, in their personal space.
Exactly. We are hovering over their faces while they are terrified, and we just absorb that anxious energy.
It's brutal. We are performing microsurgery on awake, panicking humans.
And we're smiling under the mask. You're doing great, sweetie.
Yeah.
While my lower back is literally screaming.
Total battery drain. 0% by 5 p.m.
And then we both have narcissist moms.
Oh, don't even get me started.
And babes, balancing all of that is a lot.
It's a flawless recipe for systemic collapse. Surviving a narcissist parent requires so much emotional hypervigilance.
You're just constantly scanning the room for their mood.
Right. And you combine that with a career managing patient anxiety. You need ironclad boundaries.
Which are so hard to enforce. The guilt literally eats you alive.
Because you've been conditioned to manage their feelings before your own.
Exactly. You just end up sitting in your car in the driveway for 30 minutes because you can't summon the energy to walk inside.
The driveway is the only safe space. Nobody wants anything from you there.
Seriously. Well, let's be honest. We are not perfect. Not even close.
Far from it.
BUT. Babes, we make mean mojitos.
We really do. Thank God for dark rum.
So cheers to that. Cheers. Clink.
Clink. Honestly, the mint is holding my sanity together right now.
Same. Okay, snack check. Because, babes, we are currently eating steak and cheese taquitos.
The ultimate spiral food.
And they are fucking amazing. I am obsessed.
The structural integrity of this taquito is actually a marvel of engineering.
The crunch. It satisfies that reptilian urge to just destroy something with your teeth.
Exactly. And the steak to cheese ratio, we are at a solid 60-40 mix here.
The cheese pull is giving me life right now. It is healing my soul.
It's holding up perfectly to the sour cream too, a tier snack.
Okay, so we've got the mojitos, we've got the taquitos. We need to talk about the real reason we are spiraling today.
We have to unpack this mess.
We are tearing into Imperfect Women, Season 1, Episode 6, the episode titled Mary.
I am fundamentally unwell after watching this.
I am entirely fried. Like, the good vibes only, delusion completely shattered.
It didn't just shatter, it spontaneously combusted.
Yes. You realize the man you sleep next to isn't just a jerk. He is a calculated monster.
A literal sociopath.
Who is willing to poison his own child just to win an argument.
We have an insurmountable amount of dysfunction to get through.
Okay, let's set the scene.
Yeah.
The framework of this episode totally shifts to Mary's perspective.
And the way they did it was so meta.
So shady. She's in this pretentious writing group, reading her story out loud, and it focuses entirely on Nancy.
And the group just rips her to shreds.
They call her character pathetic. They basically say the dead best friend is the only interesting part.
Which is brilliant, because that's exactly what the audience was thinking for the first 5 episodes.
Right. But it highlights Mary's perfect blonde complex.
Yeah.
She openly admits that being friends with Nancy is the most interesting thing about her.
It's tragic. She uses her imagination to rewrite her own subjugation.
She romanticizes it. It's that delusion we were talking about.
Well, she grew up on a pot farm with neglectful parents, so she learned to dissociate early. Now she's doing it in her marriage.
Okay, but we have to pause and just scream about Elisabeth Moss for a second.
Oh, she is carrying the entire psychological weight of the series on her back.
The micro-expressions. The way she narrates her life in the third person. I was gasping.
It's a masterclass in portraying complex PTSD. She's white-knuckling her sanity.
And you realize why, because we have to talk about the absolute audacity of Howard.
I hate him. With a burning passion.
Yeah. Corey Stoll plays him so smugly, my blood pressure spiked. Okay, the Ohio ambush.
A textbook narcissistic power play.
Let's lay it out. Mary put her career on hold to raise the kids. The agreement was, once they're in school, she goes back to writing.
That was the explicit deal.
And what does this garbage human do? He comes home early, all puffed up, and announces he got a promotion, and they are moving to Ohio.
Doesn't ask her, doesn't consult her.
Just steamrolls her entire existence. And when she pushes back, he flips the script.
He plays the victim instantly.
It's giving Tom Sandoval. It's giving Jax Taylor. Look at everything I do for this family.
It's coercive control masked as traditional family values. He can't fathom her needs taking precedence over his ego.
Gaslighting 101. And the worst part is he has the perfect ammunition to use against her.
The Adderall.
Oh my God, the pills. She has this massive secret habit just to get through the day.
Which she buys from a shady grocery store clerk.
Which, by the way, the Reddit Snark Squad was like, where is this store so I can avoid it? I died laughing.
I mean, it's dark, but you kind of understand the burnout that drives her to it.
As a woman, totally. She's self-medicating her lack of agency.
But Howard knows about it, and he holds it to her head like a loaded gun.
He does. Every time she gets close to a truth, he's like, are you taking your medication, Mary?
It's predatory. He's like a parasitic wasp.
Oh, God, not the wasp analogy again.
No, listen. The wasp paralyzes the spider, but keeps it alive to feed off it. Howard paralyzes Mary with her own insecurities, so she stays compliant.
That is so deeply disturbing and accurate.
Yeah.
He shrinks her down to feed his ego.
Precisely. Which brings us to the police investigation.
Detective Gantz, played by the iconic Anna Ortiz. She comes to interrogate them in the living room.
And she casually drops a bomb.
A massive bomb. She says the bartender confirmed Mary was blackout drunk the night Nancy died. Like, poured into an Uber drunk.
Howard doesn't even blink.
He immediately jumps in. Oh, yes, I put my highly intoxicated wife to bed at 10:30 p.m.
A perfectly polished, rehearsed alibi.
And you're screaming at the TV, is he protecting her or is he establishing his own timeline?
Oh, he's absolutely using her as a human shield.
Completely. But Mary's brain is fighting through the fog. She deflects and brings up Scott, Nancy's stepdad.
The burner Instagram account.
Yes. Scott told the cops he hadn't spoken to Nancy in 20 years. But he and Nancy had a secret burner account.
And Howard just sits there, tight-lipped.
Because if he tells the cops he knows about the account, They'll ask how he knows.
And expose his affair with Nancy. He is actively obstructing a homicide investigation.
To protect his cheating ass. The Reddit fans were dragging the cops for missing that burner account, by the way.
Rightfully so. The police are useless, which forces Mary to go full Veronica Mars.
Babes, the poem. We have to talk about the Catullus poem.
The absolute peak of the episode's writing.
It shattered me. Mary finds a manuscript page hidden in Nancy's scrapbook. Howard is translating this ancient Roman poet.
And there's a heavily underlined line.
You will give me 1,000 kisses, and Mary's face just drops.
Because he used the exact same line on her.
He recycled his creepy, pretentious pickup lines on her best friend. He is so lazy.
But the Reddit catch here is brilliant. A user pointed out the specific translation Mary corrects.
Oh, yes. She tells him his Latin is wrong.
The word conturbo. Howard translated it as to forget.
And Mary tells him it actually means to confuse. And why does she know that?
Because she was his teaching assistant.
She was his student. The power dynamic is laid bare right there.
Exactly. He is acutely aware of her intelligence. He resents it.
So he has to keep her barefoot and drugged so she doesn't realize he's a fraud.
Look at the word itself. Conturbo. To confuse, that is his entire strategy with her.
My jaw was on the floor. And then the timeline completely unravels because of Marcus.
Marcus clears Eleanor.
He confesses to his mom about the gambling debt. Eleanor bailed him out the night of the murder.
But the critical clue he drops is about Howard.
Right. Marcus says when he got home later that night, Howard was not there.
The 10:30 p.m. alibi is garbage.
And Elisabeth Moss in that kitchen scene, she has to swallow all her terror and just gently comfort this kid.
Regulating everyone else's emotions while her world is violently collapsing. Typical motherhood.
Truly. So she goes snooping through Howard's laundry, and she finds it. The smoking gun.
The ring.
Nancy's gold Clado ring, hidden inside Howard's closet.
It's staggering.
Can we talk about the sheer stupidity of men? You kill a woman, or cover it up, and you hide her jewelry in the closet where your wife does the laundry.
It's not stupidity, it's arrogance. A hallmark of a malignant narcissist.
He really thought she was too dumb to find it.
He didn't think she was sober enough to even look. But there is no innocent explanation for that ring.
None. So Mary finally grows a spine, takes the ring, and goes to visit Jenny.
The ex-wife.
This scene changed my brain chemistry. Completely obliterates the crazy ex trope.
Howard fed Mary this whole narrative for years. Jenny was unstable. Jenny couldn't handle life.
He said Jenny slit her wrist.
Painted her as entirely unhinged so he could play the victim.
But Mary sits at the table with Jenny, and the truth just pours out.
First bomb. Mary wasn't special.
Mary thought they had this grand forbidden romance. Nope. She was just one of many students he groomed.
A serial predator taking the path of least resistance.
And Jenny tells her Howard was willing to force Mary to get an abortion just so he could stay with Jenny.
Dismantling Mary's entire foundational myth in one sentence.
But then, the suicide story. Mary looks at her and Jenny rolls up her sleeves.
Unblemished wrists, no scars at all.
But she points to her knee.
Because Howard threw her down 2 flights of stairs when she confronted him.
I felt physically sick. I had to pause the TV and put my taquito down.
Remember Howard telling the cops that Robert had anger issues?
Projection. Howard is the violent monster. He perfectly executed the crazy ex-lie to trap Mary.
It's a terrifyingly common tactic. Make the new partner feel special by calling the ex crazy.
And then slowly make the new partner feel crazy too. When Jenny asks, "What did he do to you?" Chills.
A devastating moment of female solidarity.
So Mary leaves, she goes to Eleanor's, they reconcile, and Mary is finally ready to go to the cops.
And then the phone rings.
The hospital call. Babes, I lost my mind.
This is where it goes from psychological thriller to pure horror.
Howard tells Eleanor that Artemis, Mary's young daughter, is in the ER. An overdose from Mary's hidden Adderall.
And on the surface, it looks like a tragic accident caused by a negligent addict mother.
But the Snark Squad on Reddit called it immediately. There is no way a kid took those on her own.
Logically, it makes 0 sense.
Mary hid those pills way too high. And what kid eats bitter, chalky pills thinking they're candy?
Exactly. They'd spit them right out, unless they were crushed up and hidden in something sweet.
Which means Howard did it.
He poisoned his own daughter.
Look at the timing. The second Mary uncovers his violence and is about to leave him, boom, a massive family emergency.
A completely manufactured crisis that places the blame squarely on Mary.
He is framing her. If she goes to the cops now and says, "My husband is a murderer," they'll just say, You're crazy. You just poisoned your kid.
It preemptively discredits her as a witness, the ultimate checkmate.
He would sacrifice his own child to win an argument.
His needs will always come before their safety.
And that final shot on the hospital. The fluorescent lights buzzing. Howard turning his head to look at Mary.
Dead-eyed and predatory.
It wasn't just him observing his setup. It was a threat.
He's saying, look what I am willing to do. Don't test me.
Weaponizing her maternal instinct. He is a clinical psychopath in a tweed jacket.
And we have to wait a week for the next episode.
I cannot handle it. I need another mojito immediately.
I'll pour. Because we need to move to our segments and actually process this trauma.
Yes. Segment 1. Most relatable moment. What hit a little too close to home?
For me, it was the rewriting of reality. The sheer exhaustion of having to narrate your own life in the third person just to survive the cognitive dissonance.
Yes. When you're dealing with a toxic boss or a narcissist mom, you spend all your energy managing the narrative in your head.
Oh, they didn't mean it that way. You become a fiction writer to justify staying.
It is a full-time job with zero PTO. For me, the most relatable moment was Mary making herself smaller.
The dynamic with Nancy.
Yes. Realizing a friendship is completely one-sided, but you stay because you think it's the best you deserve.
Proximity to power.
I've been there, dimming my own light so someone else can shine, terrified they'll abandon me.
And wrapping your intelligence in bubble wrap so you don't bruise a man's ego.
Yes. When she corrected his Latin but complimented him first. Painfully relatable.
Which brings us to segment 2. Who needs to take accountability?
Call it out. No hesitation.
Howard, bolded, underlined, and set on fire.
Drag him to hell.
He is a predator, grooming students, isolating his wife, gaslighting her, and prioritizing his ego over his daughter's life. He is the architect of all this misery.
He needs to be in a maximum security prison. But, okay, I'm going to push back. Does Nancy need to take accountability too?
Oh, absolutely. Howard being a monster doesn't magically absolve Nancy.
Exactly. Nancy was sleeping with her supposed best friend's husband.
And she knew he was abusive.
She knew. Mary worshipped her, and Nancy repaid that loyalty with a sordid affair.
Nancy is a cold, manipulative liar. Look at how she weaponized Robert's addiction.
She gaslit Mary just as effectively as Howard did.
Honestly, no one is really going to miss Nancy. She created destruction everywhere she went.
It's like two supervillains colliding, and Mary is just collateral damage.
Truly. Okay, segment 3. Most emotional scene. What actually made you feel something?
For me, Jenny's kitchen table.
That scene was phenomenal.
I was legitimately in tears, all the lies just evaporating. When Jenny shows her wrists and then points to her knee.
The physical realization of the abuse.
And when she asked, what did he do to you? It was just pure, horrifying empathy. Yeah. Two women seeing the unvarnished truth.
For me, analytically speaking, the peak emotion was the hospital room.
That micro-expression from Elisabeth Moss.
The exact moment the wall of denial shatters, realizing the father of your children is perfectly willing to sacrifice them to maintain control.
The isolating terror of being trapped with a sociopath.
It's paralyzing.
It really is. Okay, final segment. Segment 4. Are we all a little imperfect?
Time to fall on our swords.
Be honest. What flaws did this episode highlight that we also have? Let's reflect and spiral.
I'll go first. Compartmentalization.
Oh, big time.
Mary shoves her ambition in a box, the red flags in a box, the addiction in a box. We all do it.
We put on the scrubs, smile at the patients, and act perfectly fine.
Exactly. You build these little mental compartments, but eventually the structural integrity fails and you spiral.
I feel that in my soul. For me, it's delusion.
The manifestation trap.
Yes.
Yes.
Ignoring massive, screaming red flags just to maintain the fantasy of a relationship.
Because acknowledging the truth means blowing up your life.
And that's terrifying. So you choose the cute mantra over the hard reality.
Yeah.
Watching Mary pay the price for that was a wake-up call.
It really forces you to look at your own toxic traits.
It does. Well, wrap up. Emotional chaos.
Growth attempts.
Mojito therapy.
Taquito happiness.
We survived the midweek spiral.
Barely, but we made it.
So how do you manage anger?
Let us know.
Do you believe in manifestation? Or is it delusion?
I think you know where I stand on that.
And babes, what's your go-to comfort food when spiraling?
We want to know we aren't alone in this chaos.
Rate, review, subscribe.
Please and thank you.
Send submissions.
Send this to your emotionally chaotic bestie.
Thank you to the Snark Squad.
Because without you, we are just two dentists yelling into the void about reality TV tropes and Latin poetry.
Stay shady, stay iconic, and we'll see you on the Snark Side.